Guys, I just wanted to come and make a quick video because I noticed something and I just had to speak on it and get it off my chest. So I'm going to try to make this as quick as possible, but I'm long-winded, so you might just have to bear with me. So I've noticed that, I have a lot of guy friends in my life, and several of them have children. And actually, most of my guy friends with children have girls. And I noticed that a couple of them are having a hard time with like being single fathers and like dating, but they treat their daughters like, how can I say this? Because it's gonna sound bad, but hopefully you have enough sense to know what I mean when I say this. It's like they treat their daughters like their girlfriend, or they use their daughter, they spend time with their daughter as a substitute to actually get out and meet women. Like, I have one guy friend, we were having a conversation, and his daughter's not super young. And he was saying that she still sleeps in the bed with him. And to me, now, disclaimer, I don't know if is that a disclaimer? What I'm about to say? Whatever. I'm just letting y'all know I don't have any children. So, yeah, my opinion, you may be like, well, you don't have any children, you don't know how it goes, but I still feel like his daughter is not young. She's not 2, which I still feel like is older than you should be to be sleeping in the bed with your parents. She's about 9 or 10. They're really close. They do everything together. He takes her out on father-daughter dates, which I think is what you're supposed to do. But I feel like by letting her sleep in the bed with him, he's creating a blurred line where it'll be hard to bring in a woman that he's seriously dating to introduce his daughter to, because she's known herself as the only like girl in his life. And I don't think that that's healthy, not in like a pervy way, but just in a way that's like, you're never going to be able to date anybody, because how do you think at 10, if she's been used to being able to sleep next to you every night, when you meet somebody and you say, oh, this is a special person in my life, you have to sleep in your own room, that's going to create some sort of tension, or has the potential to create, some tension between the daughter and the new girlfriend, because the daughter is going to be looking like, who the hell is she coming in here, taking my spot in the bed, and then you got the daughter kind of trying to wiggle in between when it's movie night, and like nobody wants to deal with that. And I don't know if that's what he's going through, but I know that's how I would feel. Like, I don't mind dating a guy with children, but your children need to know the boundaries, and you need to know, like, as a parent, like, how to create those boundaries. Just because you may not let your daughter sleep in the bed with you anymore, or you may not always bring her along on the dates that you have with your new potential mate, doesn't mean that you're neglecting your child in any way. That, to me, I think I'm a pretty rational person, and I don't think that's what that means. But you just have to have that balance. And even though I don't have children, I do feel like I can speak on this because I'm the product of parents who were divorced and who dated. And while I never had this problem, with my mom always did a good job of like balancing her dating life and dealing with me as a child and as a teenager or whatever. My dad didn't really do so well. I was living with him, when I was in middle school, and I remember him dating my current stepmom, but my dad was probably like 34, 35, and I was like 12 or 13, and he had just moved here from the States. I had just moved with him, and my aunt had just introduced him to my stepmom. So it was kind of like all this stuff was happening for him at one time. And for me as a child, that was hard. I'm not the person who's supposed to try and figure out how this is supposed to work. I'm a child. Like, I don't know, you know what I mean? But now, as an adult, and having worked with, and have friendships with people who have children, looking back, it's like he probably didn't know how to create time slots between having a full-time job and just now owning a home and dating and being a single father. He didn't know how to balance that out. That, it's not wrong, but it requires you to take a step back and be like, okay, this is what I need to do. Instead, my dad tried to like squeeze all the time that he had for both of us in together, and I wasn't used to having to share my dad like that. I don't think that was the right way to go about doing it. So it did create a lot of friction between me and my dad, and there was a lot of friction between me and my stepmom, which now we're cool. You know, I have a younger sister and a younger brother, and, you know, me and her are pretty close, but that took me maturing also and understanding, like, you know, my dad didn't do anything on purpose. It's just that he didn't understand, you know, what he was doing. So, I don't know if I'm sounding kind of jumbled. I just got off of work. That's why my face looks like crazy with this looking like old lady with this faded red lipstick. But yeah, I saw it on Facebook, and I see it a lot, you know, with the guys. It's like they make their daughters. It's the same thing with mothers and their sons. You know, we always talk about, oh, he's a mama's boy. She don't let him do this. And I see it all the time with the women on my timeline too, the single women who may not be dating men that are worth anything. So they fall back on their sons. Their sons, you know, they expect their sons to treat them like a girlfriend, which, like I said, please use your rational thinking minds and understand that I'm not saying it in any type of like inappropriate way. I'm just saying that they don't have that male figure in their life, so they, you know, expect their sons to stay home on Friday nights and cuddle with them in movie time and whatever. That's not, you know, your kids grow up and they move on. They have their own lives. Like, you have to have your own life too. And I think it's important for men and women, single parents alike, to understand that, because you're asking for trouble if you cannot separate the two. So I just had to come and talk. That's been on my mind since like Monday. Well, what is today? Tuesday? Look, I just wake up and go to work. I don't be knowing what day it is. So yeah, it's been on my mind for a couple days, and I wanted to come and talk. But if you have any opinions about it, or maybe you are a single parent and you want to share, you know, what you think about it, I'm open to that, because like I said, I'm not a parent, so I don't know all the way. I just know it from the child's perspective. So follow me on Instagram at Livin' La Vida Vonna. That's LIVNLAVIDA VONNA. If you watched my videos before, you know I will put it in the description box below. Like, subscribe. I follow back on Instagram, and I will try to comment and, you know, go have some dialogue with you guys too, because I think that's cool. But gotta go. Just wanted to come and speak to you guys really quick. So bye.